This is a prototype for Fated Freedom, an interactive audiovisual art piece. The drawing represents a static predetermined structure, such as the concept of fate, destiny, or possibility spaces like Wolfram's Ruliad or Whitehead's extensive continuum. The audience interacts with the piece by touching the graphite using the red, green, and blue cables. By touching this, it will change the lighting in the room, represented with this LED and with the background panel in the Max presentation. And it will also trigger different audio loops. This dynamic process of interaction represents free will, as the melodic combinations and the emotional impact on the audience is beyond what I, as the creator, could anticipate. The red, green, and blue cables also represent the fates, also called Moirai or the nuns in mythology, as they act as mediators between the fabric of existence and the actions of mortals. The system has an intentionally esoteric and opaque interaction design to enhance the feeling of mystery and exploration. Just like in life, the way to know what something does is by doing it. The changes in lighting and sound provide feedback to the performer/audience. However, in order to minimize the noise interference picked up by the cables, since they act as basically antennas while they are disconnected, I had to put significant latency, and that makes the feedback not as clear as it could be. The drawing itself acts as an electric, conductive and resistive circuit with current coming from the top and going to the ground in the bottom. This physical design is inspired by the principles of degrowth, permacomputing, and the low-tech magazine. I wanted to avoid using electronic components with a high environmental impact, so by using graphite and cables, I'm keeping it as minimal as I can. The structure of the Max patch is quite simple. Allow me to show you. Depending on the position of the sensors in the drawing, it will pick up more or less current if it is closer to the top or the bottom, and that will change which sample is selected in the buffer. Also, that will change the lighting, as I previously mentioned. However, the electrical schematic of the system is a bit more complicated, because by being a very dynamic and open system, it's hard to represent it clearly either in series or in parallel. Well, I already said enough. Allow me to show you how it actually sounds. I'm going to link this to the bottom so it's more clear what the other cable is doing. Being very close to the top, it makes the green the predominant color. And if I take the red one back, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of latency in the system.